Hi there guys, you join me with the Golf R-Line Mark 8.5 facelift estate. This is my first sort of impressions of the estate actually. I've been out in the hatch, I've been out in an R-Line hatch and a match hatch. This is a R-Line and this is a 7-speed 1.5 litre petrol. And yeah, I'm here at Caffeine and Machine up in Stratford upon Avon. Yeah, trying out the new facelift Golf, thanks to VW for giving me that opportunity. And yeah, plenty of cool different colours as well of the Golfs around here. I've already tried a King's Red Metallic, I've already tried a really nice one in blue. This is one of the stealthiest colours. I mean, people might remember it, it might similar to like an Audi Nardo Grey, but I love the contrast against it with the black pack, well, with the sort of gloss black elements as part of the R-Line, illuminated R badge, and because this is an estate form, it's the one car for everything. It's a super special car. I've been checking one out with the pan roof as well, it looks stunning. I love these wheels, plenty of different wheel designs you get as well, with diamond cut sort of nature so shown in there. It's super hot today, and yeah, this paint comes up really nicely, really nice. This tinted rear windows in the back with the R-Line estate. You get the IQ tail lights, it's the ETSI, so that's why you've got the 150 PS. More black sort of styling in there. Yeah, super nice roof rails for when you want to take your bikes in. And yeah, I like the back because in the R-Line you get a little bit better trim on the side, which is quite nice. R-Line body hugging seats, plenty of space back here, and because of the tint in the R-Line, you're nice and shady. You also get R-Line seats, which is a little bit more body hugging and bigger. R-Line steering wheel, there's the center console, the new infotainment. Loads of content on my channel from Volkswagen actually, so just check back on previous content actually, and just check out my YouTube channel, look back. If you enjoy this video, you'll probably like other stuff, and it's a community channel, so ultimately it's just to kind of help you out, that's the idea. But I'm super looking forward to getting behind the wheel of this estate, just to see what it's like on the drive. You know, will it affect performance because it's a little bit heavier? Probably, but yeah, at the end of the day, if we open her up, you get that. That's what you're getting. Huge load space, and yeah, one for the family basically. Push button to get it down. Am I wrong? Am I right? Oh, I'm not too sure. No, I think I've got to pull this down myself. Manual effort. Who knows? Who knew? And then inside with the estate, there's no difference from the hatch really. You obviously got a little bit extra trim from your R-Line model. The R-Line steering wheel, 7-speed DSG. So I tried the 6-speed manual R-Line, which is on my channel, link above there. That was a super cool car, King's Red Metallic. So I'm interested to know what the R-Line's like in DSG. I've tried the match in DSG, so will it make any difference? Who knows? This car's pretty fully loaded. These are all VW press cars, so they're pretty well spec'd, let's just be honest. But yeah, we start her up, so you put your foot on the brake, press the start button, and she fires into life. You get the physical buttons now with the 8.5 facelift. I've played around with this infotainment a lot more on the move now. I'm finding it fine. I'm getting used to where things are and how to turn things off and to have a play around with things and the different modes. And the modes was one of the main thing, and apologies for the aircon, because you can really set your individual settings to exactly what you want. So you can go in and say, well, individual set to comfort on everything. Well, you could just change that to sport, change it to sport, change it to sport, and go from there. And then everything else sort of like, yeah, comfort. And if we head back, and then you've got the comfort, which shows there, comfort driving style, makes it easier for everyday use, eco, individual, plenty to play around with there. And dynamic chassis control is really good. It's a well worthwhile option to going for. Yeah, I would personally recommend it quite strongly. And yeah, the maps are really nice on here as well. You know, we're here, so yeah, you can just kind of feel it works well. That's where we are in England. Super easy. You got the assists, you got more like lane assists, you got the parking as well. There's loads of different views now on the cameras to kind of go through, side views. Yeah, it's pretty cool when it all kind of comes together. And yeah, that's a lot of it. But let's go for a drive and see what this estate is like on the move. And yeah, facelift car to get a feel from, and yeah, hopefully it should help you out. So yes, R-Line estate, let's make a move. So 7-speed DSG, so we can just whack it into gear and we can crack on our way. Obviously we've got the different settings shown here. Practical family estate car, what more could you want? Yeah, comfortable R-Line seats. I've already experienced this before, but I'm interested to know if the extra weight's going to make a difference. but I don't know if this has got DCC. Let me knock it in comfort and just see if it changes things. Yeah, it does have DC. This one might actually be on passive dampers actually. Yeah, this doesn't have DCC, so this is a good one to try, because I have already tried a car with DCC, and straight away, yeah, because it's not affecting it whether I go into sport or individual or anything. Yeah, that's interesting. It's the same sort of suspension setup. So there's my top tip, DCC. I also have to say, particularly on a day like this, panoramic roof is so cool. It really is. Let's crack on. Let's see what the car is like getting up to speed. Oh, nice noise as well in sport mode. So sport mode essentially is going to hold the gears a lot longer, but it's not going to affect the suspension because it hasn't got dynamic chassis control. A little bit slower than the hatch just because of that extra weight, which is to be expected. I still like how it places itself on the road. It's a nice sort of size for the UK, and that's what works quite cool. Decent range out of this. This car's already still showing over 400 miles, and being a press car, it's probably had a bit of a journey already. About 3/4 of a tank left in this car. Nice touch materials. I've already kind of explained that in previous videos. This is just the pure estate. Practicality is obviously bigger. I've shown you the boot. It's a special kind of place. I think the interesting parts for me are that I would go for DCC. That's just my main takeaway, the dynamic chassis control. I think that's a really must-have option, and actually being able to step back to back on the exact same roads in the exact same trim cars as well, whether it's the R-Line or the Match or the Estate or the Auto or the Manual. That's my general feeling, first impressions, getting it on it, that's what it's like. And I also think it'd be quite nice to have the pan roof. There is one here in the Estate with a pan roof. I drove a pan roof one, just the hatch. I think it's a special option. I do love the colour of this. I love the wheels. It's quite firm. I mean, let's knock it into comfort and just see if it does. I could be wrong, you know, maybe no, see, the suspension is staying the same. The suspension isn't changing whatever mode I'm in, so in which case you might as well just be in sport. You might as well just have that sharper throttle response. But ultimately, are you going to be swinging around your R-Line, around your twisty fun road? I'm not so sure. But yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll get more up to speed with this car, and I'll give you my more impressions as I take the car on a little bit further. So, as if by magic, I've just come back from that drive because I really wanted to take it on a really long drive rather than speaking to camera to give you my impressions. And actually, I'll take it back a little bit with the DCC. For my tolerance, it's perfectly fine. The only thing I would say is that if you have the dynamic chassis control, it just makes things better. It doesn't make this unbearable, put it that way. I have to say, it drives really well. I really love the petrol engine, the DSG gearbox. It was really responsive in manual mode, in sport mode. Yeah, I had a really good play with it. And actually, the extra weight, I didn't notice it too much. I played around with it in the corners and threw it around a little bit, and it was fine. It worked really well. That was kind of the positives. And yeah, I love the looks as well. You know, Estates, it can sometimes be a bit Marmite for some people. I personally love Estates. I actually really love it in these design of these wheels. These are on 18-inch wheels, 225 section. And in this kind of contrast, I've just passed someone else up there in the field, and they're with one with the pan roof, and the glass roof goes all the way from there. And what I'll do is I'll insert that now so you can see it, because yeah, the car's just over there, so I'll just get some extra filming. DCC, pan roof, and you're set really from the R-Line trim. Styling is subjective. But that's what you get from the Estate. You just get that extra through load, a little bit more convenient with the kids. It's definitely bigger in the back as well, which is quite nice, and it drives really nice, and it's just such a easy under the radar car, which is still super special. And if you didn't know, it still looks like an R. It looks like the new R Estate. The new touches as well from the front really do make it quite imposing as well. I think the extra features they've kind of got in here have raised the bar quite a lot for the Estate. And yeah, front wheel drive, you know, I still love a four-wheel drive car, but you can't really go wrong. It still works. It works really well, and it works for everyday people, for everyday things. That's just my opinion. You know, it's a car for everyone. There we go, from just directly from behind in the gorgeous sunshine today. Makes a little fruity noise, as what you may have seen from my point of view. which is quite nice. The lights look really stealthy too, and quite like clean look actually on the Golf as well. You can get this Golf badge in black as well, with like a black pack. This one doesn't have that, this is just in normal, but you wouldn't really think too much of it. But it's one of the better looking estates. Sometimes they can look a bit bulbous at the back, and I quite like the way it kind of like integrates quite well with the spoiler and the lines here. You know, my first kind of like look up to it, this is kind of a car that I'd head to, and you can get it in a multitude of colours too. And yeah, hey, it's doing a little bit of off-roading. Look at that, a little bit of grass, and it's surviving, so that's great. Overall, I'm always a big fan of the estates. I've driven like Focus ST estates, and I just think they're great. They're just all round that one car, particularly if you have a family. You can go for a car like this. I mean, check out the paint on the Sun, really looking nice. And there's your R badge and your lines, a little bit sleeker at the front, a little bit sleeker here. You wouldn't really know bang front on if this is an estate or not. It's only literally when you kind of creep round, and it flows quite well actually, the lines with the estate. Plenty practical. You've got your roof rack if you want to kind of stick your kids on, stick like bikes and whatever you need. Through load as well, so the space, it's a pretty big car, and it is big in the back, you know, it really is. Good feel quality to it as well, you know, robust for children and stuff. What more do you want than a Golf? You've got to go for it. The seats, the normal seats are actually probably a little bit shallower. The R-line's a little bit bigger and bulkier, I would say. So for back passengers, it sort of obstructs a little bit of the view. And I had, again, no problems with the seats in like the match that I tried, but these are nice, and particularly for the drivers as well. The centre console's quite nice, easy to use with the new infotainment, new equipment, glove box, little storage cubbies, good steering wheel. An R-line spec, pedals feel nice premium quality, and that premium nature, the premiumness around it, and feel it, touch and feel, that's what I'm doing. I'm poking around with everything I can today. It's really good, and I've enjoyed it. Look, there I am. Yeah, and there's your back view looking at from there. Well, I tell you what, if you're looking at an estate and you want to get one, look no further than, huzzah, the R-Line Estates. I think it's great. I like it in petrol. You can get it in diesel, you can get it with auto. I think you can get it in manual too, but I've done plenty of videos on my channel, so check back on past content as I've mentioned. You know, you might enjoy it. And yeah, any further questions, this is a community channel, let me know. This is the third Golf I've driven today back to back, so there's probably things that I'm going to think of well after I've done this filming, and I want to help you out as best as I can. That's pretty much the idea and the whole sort of point of the channel. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe, it just enables opportunities like this. I'm at Caffeine and Machine to happen more regularly, and with manufacturers as well. So yeah, big thanks to Volkswagen for having me down here, and yeah, trying some more. I might try another one too, I'm not too sure. It's quite tiring trying all these cars. But yeah, thanks so much for your support, because that's what allows these opportunities, and I hope I can convey it really well for you. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, and I hope it's still sunny, and if not, stay happy, stay smiling, and yeah, hope you enjoy the videos. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. R-Line Estate, big thumbs up. But I certainly would say if you had a Life or a Match or any other version of Estate, it's still a great car, So a subscriber mentioned to me he got a Life, and you know, he got a Life. He had the Life version, and if you just want a car that just works as the Estate, just get the basic. You don't need all this stuff you don't want, but if you can, I mean, it looks pretty special. It's pretty special, this R-Line. So yeah, there you go. I'll wrap it up. R-Line Estates, there you go. Facelift, buy it. Well recommended from me, well recommended. I think it's great.